and whoever he choose to formulate his cabinet. Fair enough? Yes, man. I think that is fair enough. So we have some new faces. For those persons who don't understand how the Senate works, the Senate comprises of 21 members, 13 from the governing side and 8 from the opposition. And I am happy that of the 8, that His Majesty, we're still under King Charles. We're not a republic as yet. So yes, it's His Majesty opposition. And so His Majesty opposition, the Senate comprises of 8. And I am happy that of the 8, there are 5 fresh faces. Right? Of the 8 senators, I am happy to know that of the 8, there are 5 fresh bloods and fresh faces. And it's like a breath of fresh air. Of the other 3, who return is Miss Donna Scott Motley. Excellent, brilliant woman. I think she's now the leader of opposition business. And she too have that experience within the Senate. So she's one of the stalwarts who return. Equally, Senator Floyd Morris, or should I say Professor Senator Floyd Morris, he is no pushover. And what I like with the People's National Party, this is unprecedented. To see a party that caters so much for the disabled community. We don't see these things happen. Tell me where in the world, which parliament you go and see somebody who is visually impaired is put in these high offices. It shows an inclusive party, and you don't get that from the governing Jamaica Labour Party. And so I want to say big thanks to Mark Jefferson Golding and the team for not leaving out the disabled community. We must be an inclusive party. Sophia say England have it. Okay, I never know that. But to know that we little Jamaica can rise to compare ourselves with England, it says a lot. You understand? And we want to give Mark Golding. Jamaica in Focus is saying that the governor of Texas is also disabled. So you see, when I say Kashif and Sophia, your move back up, and those persons say England and the United States. That to show you how the People's National Party vision is to include the disabled community in the House, the Senate and the House of Representatives. It's a good look. I don't see that from the Jamaica Labour Party. And so it is clear. Don't know how, but I'm not going to go down back that road. The elections are over, and I am happy with my side. I'm not happy that we are in opposition, but what I do know is that this current opposition will be no push over. And so I'm happy to see Senator Donna Scott Motley, equally Senator Floyd Morris as 2 of the veterans. Equally, the 3rd veteran, I think, is Senator Lambert Brown. Yes. So of the 8 senators that the People's National Party have that make up their Senate is 5 fresh faces and 3 stalwarts. Senator Lambert Brown, Senator Donna Scott Motley, and Senator Floyd Morris. A lot of persons are having their own opinion where Senator Lambert Brown is concerned that he is one of them who could have gotten replaced or he would have done his time. Let me tell you something, Jamaica. Yes, he is one of the elders, but you need persons there that are experienced. And based on my little knowledge and what I would have gathered, you need someone in the Senate who is a part of the trade unions. So a lot of you might be wondering, what them bring back Lammy for our Lambert Brown do they in doing time? Don't let our emotions get the best of us. As I said, Jamaica is 8. Remember, we can't have a lot of senators. It's only 8 we are giving, and I'm sure that Mark Golden really have to sift through carefully to come up with these 8. And part of the requirement is that you must include the trade unionists. And so Lambert Brown is an excellent member of the trade unions, and so his expertise will come in handy. Yes, he's a veteran. Yes, I see a young people time, but let us be fair. Of the 8 Jamaica, 5 are fresh faces. And the team, the truth is just the truth. You cannot have citizens are saying Raymond Price should be there, Dr. Horton should be there. None of us don't know if they were approached. Maybe them want to move on with them life. Maybe them have other business, and becoming a senator would clash with them have to go to the Senate when them have them. We don't know if they were approached by the party, and they probably would have even declined the offer and asked to work in other various parts within the party. So let us not have this wall up. How they not put Raymond Price? How they not put Senator Andre Horton? Trust me, I have all confidence in my party that they have made a good choice. And so some of the fresh faces is Kishage Anderson. She's very good when it comes on to what should I say now? She's also the PNP treasurer. She revolutionized the banking sector, or she's a part of something have to do with our banks and stuff like that. Miss Tammy, or so that she have an African name. A lot of persons don't really know much about her, but she is also qualified, and when I read her bio, I think it's an excellent choice. Equally, we know Cleveland Tomlins when it comes on to finance and the economy, bright rising star. This other fresh face, I'm getting to understand that he's the son of former MP for Eastern St. Thomas, Dr. Fenton Ferguson, and he too is a part of the banking sector. So when it comes on to the finances, and I don't know, but it is well balanced, and they are young. They are young, and they are new senators. Equally, this was the PNP candidate for Northwest St. James, and he too, a person saying that how the Maroons. This is what I was saying. People, we can't hype up the population and give our own personal thoughts. And then when we see the true Senate now and who comprises the Senate, we are left disappointed. A lot of Jamaicans, me think them did I go choose this from the Maroon, we did I go choose that. And now we don't see it. Alan Bernard is another fresh face. And he's no pushover, he's no walkover. You will get to see his contribution. I honestly don't have an issue with the Senate. And that's the reason why when me see others, I make them own. And they are entitled to give them suggestions. I don't want nobody feel no way. But that's why I didn't do it. Because I know the Senate, when it comes down to the opposition, is limited to 8. And so some persons would have gotten left out. Persons are saying Gabby should have been there. We say goodbye to Janice Allen. We also say goodbye to Sophia Fraser Binns. And a few who were there. But let us be thankful that they were there. They would have contributed in a meaningful way. They got the opportunity to serve. A lot of you would have loved and Miss Gabby. She was the nation's youngest senator. And I think her rise in the party is admirable. But she would have contributed. But yes, it's only 8. And so give thanks that she was a part of the Senate. We get to know her. We get to love her. And I'm sure that you will see and hear much more from them. But I am happy, Jamaica, that of the Senate, we have so many fresh faces. Not true? Tell the truth. We must be happy that Mark Golding includes so many fresh faces. So, of the 8, only 3 stalwarts remain. Lambert Brown. Yes, Lambert Brown, Senator Scott Motley, and Professor Floyd Moore. Need some veterans there, and of course 5 fresh faces. So interesting times are ahead when it comes on to the Senate. On the other hand, on the governing side, we are not surprised that they continue the same way from 2020 to now. I don't see much new faces. There's this woman, I don't even know what her name is, but I don't know why, but I don't think they bring back Sapphire Langmore, She served no purpose in the Senate. And on top of that, I just think she's an arrogant senator, and I will definitely not miss Sapphire Langmore. I will certainly not miss Dr. Sapphire Langmore. She, in the last half, you see, Sapphire Langmore, Bruce Golding daughter, Shauna Long, whatever Golding, Shireen Golding. You see, those two, they are very ignorant. And I think that they were 2 of the senators that really cost the Jamaica Labour Party, along with Apka Fitz-Henley and Marlon Margal. You see, whenever I see them 4 senator faces on the screen, it always rub Jamaicans the wrong way. Brata said the new lady is Juliet's best friend. Oh, Sapphire Langmore is a total waste of time. A total waste of time in the Senate. And I am happy that they didn't bring her back. I am happy that they did not bring her back. But Jamaica, as I get into the meat of my class this morning, I want to thank everybody who joined me. Big up on yourself. Because let me tell you something, it's not easy to turn on your your live daily. Persons now see you, them just hear your voice, and every day 300, 400, 500 people they are listening to. It's not, you have to be good to do that, Persons only get views and persons tuning in when they put the camera upon themselves. Allow me to tell, and you get to see them and see what them do. But over here, I give thanks to know that I can turn on my live. Nobody now see me, them just hear my voice. And for hours, them sit down and listen. And it is a good thing. It's not easy to just turn on your live. People now see you. Them just hear your voice and they are so captivated and still stay on for hours with you. So I want to give thanks to those persons who come over here to learn something and not just come over here for fast and disrespect. You understand? So I want to thank everybody. Dante, big up yourself. Roy, blessings. Annie, Momo, everybody, big up yourself. Sadiqa Stewart say, are you on my radio? No, what you say, Sadiq? Sadiq, what you say? Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Yeah, man. Thank you, guys. But yes, as I get into the meat of the matter, the Jamaica Labour Party. I don't know, but let me tell you something. You ever hear them say pride cometh before pride all start to take shape? The Jamaica Labour Party, 19 cabinet ministers. We no business with them. We just say the 19 cabinet ministers. And this morning they name some further. I must see about 11 more of them, as state minister. So the 19 plus 11 more. 140 odd million more added to the 400 odd million. About almost 700 million. On have to go pay them, I don't know if you don't see it, but these ministers, Jamaica, no decadence. Shameless government. These people have no moral decadence. What TikToker send me puzzle for now? I am not a bat machine over here. No decadence. Jamaica have to pay over 700 million to pay them. Well, when I go see the performance, elections have consequences. 700 millions on the backs of taxpayers. These ministers, no decadence, shameless government. These people have no moral decadence, no moral fiber, no reputation. Creatures of corruption. Yes, Auntie Dawn, me make sure fit up the puzzle piece them send me. I make sure drag it cross, cause me no want them ting down the live. Yes, me make sure solve it, Sash. I make sure solve it. But yes, Jamaica, I don't know if you see or hear the Prime Minister calling on the opposition to tackle crime. But I thought the Prime Minister saying don't want no help from the opposition. I mean, I don't know if me alone did hear it. Didn't the Prime Minister say they don't need the opposition in anything? So why them a call upon the opposition to join forces with them? Me no know. I could recall Andrew said they don't need no help from the opposition. So why is it now? Let me tell you something. A friend Andrew tried friend Mark Golin and the opposition because they want to samplify the opposition, so it would be easy when it's time to bring up the Republic and Jamaica moving. Let me tell you something, if in case you don't get it. Jamaica will never become a republic country under Labour government. Let me repeat it again. Jamaica will never become a republic under a Labour administration. Alright? Never. Number one, we cannot say we independent and we still a thing with the King of England. You cannot be an independent country and rely so much on the King of England. We cannot become a republic and our final court is in England. Mark Golin made it absolutely clear. You have to move our final court to the CCJ and then we can have a talk. Amongst other things. So when some labor rights the one side and I say, oh, PNP difficult and we stall the process of constitution reform and we becoming a republic. No. We not stop no progress. We just want it to be done in the right and proper way. You cannot want to agree with the government, Jamaica turning a republic, and we still rely upon England. No. Trinidad has done it. Barbados has done it. Guyana has done it. Those countries, despite their struggle, they don't have any ties to England. Why we want to have ties? It's like, you know what it reminds me of? When you have your parents, them, and you move out of your parents' house, and you go and pay rent, and I live big, and I live up the big life by your own, but yet still every month, your parents still are sending a top up in your bank account to stay afloat. No! If you move out of your parents' house and say you're a man or you're a woman, you're supposed to stay upon your own and take care of your family and yourself. No, so it go. Yeah, you can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and that's what Mark Golding was saying. He has no problem. I think it's full time now we become a fully independent country. I think we have the resources. I think we have the skills and talent. We have some brilliant people. But you can't want Jamaica to become a republic and we rely on the court of England. No, we have to stand on our own, and I agree with Mark Golding. Break ties. Break ties. Like what purpose it serve? Them no care about we still have to line up in them line to get visa for garden country. They don't care about Jamaica. Me band come see. We need visa to go to these places. If we were so in line and we are a part of them, you know, think they would make it easier for us to visit them? Why we have so much ties to them? I agree with Mark Golding. For us to become a republic, we need to cut off the Privy Council as our final court and stop look to England. Stop look to England. I agree with him. But yes, Jamaica, I don't know what is happening in the Jamaica Labour Party. Don't really care. Right? But don't know if you guys realize what's happening, you know, but Andrew is rewarding the criminals that help keep him there. Yes. This morning, I woke up to see him announce on top of his ministers, some state ministers as well. Kamal and Animeti are now state ministers. Yes. But what is surprising to me is Marlon Morgan, now a state minister in education. Wasn't Marlon Morgan a part of the education ministry when the scandal broke out down there with Grace McLean and Royal Reid? If my memory serves me right, you know, he was employed at the Ministry of Education. So Andrew now award Marlon Morgan as a state minister at the Ministry of Education. Equally, he rode a Crawford down education too as a state minister. Something not right to Jamaica. Something is not right. And in addition, I was wondering what is happening with the member for West Central St. James. Because Malahou Fort did not return to the cabinet, you know. Jamaica, something not right. Something is not right within the Labour Party. And I'm going to tell you why. Something is not right. When I look and I see the member for West Central St. James, remember the woman that go on with herself, you know. She have her own ministry. Them a find One building where every month they must pay much millions. Remember, she come out and say her ministries must be 30% occupancy level. Big building, with several office space and only 30% occupied. But yet still them pay the rent every month. Her Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs. I never liked that ministry. I believe all of that could have fallen under the Justice Ministry. But this is what the Labour Party do. They will make way for individuals so that taxpayers can continue to foot their bills. But what was strange, Jamaica, is to see that Malawi Fort was not returned to the Jamaica Labour Party cabinet. In addition, Jamaica, are you aware that Marlene was absent for the sworn-in ceremony? Yes. Marlene Malawi Fort was not at Andrew Holness and the Jamaica Labour Party sworn-in ceremony at Jamaica House. Could it be she got the heads up that she will not be a part of the cabinet? Something is not right. Something is not right, Jamaica. Me tell you something. No ramp with it. Father God, see all of them which are swear, thank God Bible. Let me tell you something, pride cometh before a fall, and I'm seeing the fall shaping up to happen. Jamaica, why this woman was cut from the cabinet? Why Malawi? Why Andrew did not bring back Malawi? Malawi was not at the sworn-in ceremony at Jamaica House. And if all is well, and she's a member of Parliament on the governing benches, you don't think she should have been there to support her colleagues, including herself and the Prime Minister? Why this woman was not there at the sworn-in ceremony? I go tell you why. Let me see if I can find it, because I don't want nobody tell lie for me, I don't want anybody to say, see it here, I find it. Member of the Constitutional Reform Committee, Nadine Spence, I think the one nasty mouth woman we always depend on Cliffview Station, Nadine Spence, says she's disappointed with the subsuming of the Constitutional Affairs Ministry into the Ministry of Justice. So you see it, she a look for script. She feel a way say them merge Constitutional Affairs and Justice Ministry together, Subsuming, that's what it means. Subsume mean you come together, you merge. So she did want the two ministry them separate, so millions for pay one and millions for pay one from taxpayers. So them not like the fact that the two ministry join and become one and one salary have to go pay them, You see how them stay? So she says she's disappointed with that. Spence expressed her displeasure while reacting to the swearing in of cabinet ministers on NNN on Wednesday. Malawi Fort was not announced to the cabinet and was not present at Wednesday's swearing in ceremony. You hear that, Jamaica? You hear that, Jamaica? Malawi Fort was not announced to the cabinet and was not present at Wednesday's swearing in ceremony. So she, as a sitting member of Parliament, her colleagues look for her at the ceremony and she wasn't there. She wasn't there, Jamaica. And then you want to ask the question, why they took the ministry away from her? Well, it gets interesting now, Jamaica. It gets very, very interesting now, Jamaica. You know why? It's not that the ministries now merge and become one. So you know, say Delroy Chuck I got in charge. No. They deliberately cut out Marlene Malawu Fort because what? I get to understand this morning that the member for South Trelawney, yes, Marissa Dalrymple is now the state minister with responsibility for constitutional affairs. What Marlene Malawu Fort could have do Andrew and the Jamaica Labour Party for her not to return as the minister with constitutional affairs. So on one hand they merge constitutional affairs ministry with Ministry of Justice. So we understand. So they cut. So one minister would have preside over those two portfolios. But see them put Dalrymple at head of constitutional affairs. So what is it that was so wrong that Malawu would have done for them to cut her from that ministry and replaced her with Dalrymple? Jamaica, I have lost all faith and trust. You hear them a beg for the opposition joins hand with them. Who can join hand with the Jamaica Labour Party moving for a hell and powder house? I want Mark Golding hold the entire parliament at ransom. Number one, Juliet shouldn't up there preside over parliament. Two, how dare you? How dare you put someone who was charged, somebody who break the said constitution, fined and charged, and you are going to put that same individual who was fined and charged that break the constitution, you are going to make them the head of constitutional affairs? I wonder if them realize. I tell you, Jamaica, I tell you no, I am happy in a way that the Jamaica Labour Party return to government. Yes. And you know the reason why I am happy? You know the reason why I am happy? Baron, me not entertain you this morning. Because we now still unhappy. I am not saying, Jamaica, that persons who would have been there for a long time, contributing, them have them little stronghold, don't deserve certain things, But what I'm saying, Jamaica, where is our principle? Where is our morals? What happened to good governance? I could have never said that I'm an upright citizen. And it is clear how the parliament was handled and conducted. Where the Speaker of the House find herself in so much mess. When bills were supposed to be tabled, she sat there, she sat on those bills, and she refused to table them. The parliament was placed in a way where it was just a fiasco because of her. And they decided to put her back. A lot of persons are saying that Mark Golding should have walked out. Some of you don't understand politics. I don't make no ego get the best of you. Sexy K, big up yourself, darling. That is it. Rat trap PNP set for them. We have set a rat trap. Because for all of those persons who think that Marissa Dalrymple going there to head constitutional affairs is going to be all fun and hunky-dory, let me tell you something. She will buck up in her eyes at Buchanan to hold her feet to the fire. Let me tell you something, these 4 years ahead of us. Me can't say 4 years because me not see the Labour Party really and make no significant changes in Jamaica for this term, you know. With this year, His Majesty opposition, Mark Golding, PNP, and them are bright sparks, yeah, back at him. I don't see Andrew Holness achieving much in this term. I don't see it. They have to reshuffle this cabinet soon and very soon. Eh? Jamaica. Let me go back to the Speaker of the House and Dalrymple a little bit. I've seen where persons are saying that Mark Golding, we should have walk out because on one hand we say we will not support Dalrymple or Juliet Holness as Speaker of the House. And many persons are saying when it was announced, Mark Golding sat there and he didn't object, he didn't say anything, he just allowed it. Like, what else do you know what the man fi do? Eh? What else do you know what the man fi do? Just a second, the people. Yes, sorry about that. Uno ask the man, like, me not understand these people, you know. Uno not understand politics. Can you remember that when uno are sworn in, everything is done in alphabetical order? Can you imagine? Can you imagine Mark Golding set the tone to walk out? Let me hold that did when him was sworn in. Some of we not think before we talk, you know. Some of us don't think before we talk. You must understand when people are set trap. You must understand when people are play chess. If somehow no mind small and no understand, allow those persons who have a little bit of the knowledge how to play the game. Just sit. You never see people that play domino yet. And you turn up over them. Somehow you need to turn up beside and watch the game and play and not say nothing. He means God bless. Tell me if me wrong or me right, Georgia Williamson. Some of you know we talk on platform. You know if you just watch the game and play and not say nothing. Eh? Some of you are saying, man, Golding, what do you want the opposition to do? It would not make any difference. They are 35 of them and are 28 away. So guess what? If the Labour Party had nominated Juliet Holness as Speaker of the House and Mark Golding stood up right there and then object, the next move will be to have a vote. And when everybody say aye, and over upon the opposition say no, when 28 of them say no, 35 of them are going to say yes. So, it no make no sense Mark Golding stood up and say anything. Everybody have them opinion, everybody have them little 2 cents for chat. I agree. But sometime, uno must make uno mouth. Don't get ahead of uno. If you don't understand the politics, allow those who understand it to speak. Hey, Angela, advocate say 33 of them. Right, because the speaker wouldn't vote for herself. So you're right, advocate, big up yourself, my boss. But we could not stand up and object. What you must look into Jamaica and applaud the People's National Party for is the fact that before Parliament started, the PNP put out a press release. So guess what? It is on the record. That's all we need, you know. That's all we need. I shouldn't know how me feel bad the last time when Paul stood up and agreed to Gillette being the House Speaker. At first, it seems like the woman was professional and could have carried out her duties. And so, Philip Powell agreed. And it come back to haunt us because them are called PNP hypocrites because the same PNP who agree say, yes, we welcome Gillette Holness as speaker. Further on down the line, and we see him when I object to her. So guess what? This time around, we got it right. We show our hand from the get-go. And from the get-go, we said we strongly object Dalrymple and Gillette Holness as Speaker of the House. That's all we need, Jamaica. That's all we need is that it's on the record that we oppose and we strongly reject. But everybody know it would not stand in the House. We must stop the rare politics, and the ghetto politics. We need to elevate the politics a little bit, man. Because someone sit on one side and I say, oh, the opposition sit down there and they not see nothing and they watch Gillette sworn in. What sense would it make? It's 35 of them and 28. That's all it takes is one person to say no, What make when them ask the question? Nobody said no. They don't object. Because it's a waste of time. When they nominate Gillette Holness as Speaker of the House, right? And the question is asked, anybody object? If anybody on the opposition side would have object, the next thing to do is to vote. And when they call the names and all the opposition MPs object, the 28 of them, the government still have 35. So it would be a waste of time unless some of them will love excitement and bang around and just throw the parliament into disrepute. We would have moved on from those style of politics. Let those who can think and see what's happening, see the chess game that is playing. We don't need no more than what the opposition did prior to, and that is to put out a press release, because it would be a total waste of time unless only like waste people time for in their vote, knowing that them no further we the majority will rule. Where things will be interesting, Jamaica, is moving forward. There are certain bills and certain legislation where the government wants and will have to collaborate with the opposition. So yes, them have a majority of 35. We only have 28. But don't think that everything will be smooth because them have a majority. No, there are certain bills and certain legislation that you must have cooperation from the opposition. One of them is the constitution reform. One of them is also us becoming a republic. Another one is Portmore becoming a parish. The government, even though them have a majority, them your bill can go pass through without the cooperation of the opposition, So certain things, Jamaica, will stand while certain things won't, like the choosing of the Speaker of the House. Those things are solely on the government to choose from. We don't really need to contest. The most we can do is issue a statement and say we object. You understand? So me no want people. That is right, Chantel Walker. The government don't have the 2/3 majority that they once had, 49 and 14. So anything them want do, them do. All when we turn up our object, it means nothing because them have a 2/3 majority. Them something they done is 28 of us. So guess what? Any idea them come up with, any law them come up with, and want to impose it on the people, they have to pass. You see our state of emergency and Zozo. You don't notice how Andrew could have just get up and say, Zozo for ya so, Zozo over there so, tomorrow state of emergency for ya so. Them something they can't go on again, you know. He no longer have a 2/3 majority. He could have get up a morning when it was 49 of them and say, I needed to impose a state of emergency in a St. James. I want to go over St. Thomas and push you in a state of emergency. Go down a Clarendon, lock down yes or shut down yes. He can no longer do that anymore. He has to cooperate with the opposition because he no longer have the luxury of a majority 2/3 government. You don't understand the politics now, Jamaica? Eh? In Sparky, yes, man. We have to elevate ourselves when it comes down to the politics. So someone will sit down and love the chaos and the bangarang and I say, oh, Mark Golding sit down in a parliament and how them a talk say Juliet Holness this and Juliet Holness must not become speaker. They want the poor man to do. We can't bring the chaos and the ghetto and the passa and the drama in our parliament. It would make no sense objecting because it would go to a vote and it's 28 of us and 35. You don't understand now, Jamaica wouldn't make no sense within their course. And now, can you imagine when Juliet announced as House Speaker yesterday and Mark Golding lead the charge to walk out? Una go here say him a British. Him not care about the Jamaican this and you don't know the whole works. I think Mark Golding was strategic yesterday and I think the party think carefully by issuing a press release their stance before they go to Garden House. Yes. Remember them issue the statement that they don't support Dalrymple plan and Juliet as speaker, before the day before, I think that was a strategic move because if they had wait until they go to Parliament and when they ask the question, who object to Juliet becoming the House Speaker? Can you imagine Mark Golding stand up and lead the charge? Can you imagine all Zulika Jess, Haisat, Heather Miller, Andrea Perkis, Nikisha Burchell, all of the first time MP them. Remember, this is an opportunity for them as first time MP. Why would Mark Golding be so selfish to walk out and let these first time MPs don't get that opportunity? Come on, people, we have to think. It wouldn't look good pan the PNP and it wouldn't look good pan Mark Golding. Somehow we chat too much pan we platform. Me hear me hear no by YouTube, me hear no pan TikTok, me soon I make posts. If you don't understand the politics, please allow those persons who do to speak. Someone of you sit down and watch the game I play and just a cheer from the sidelines. We talk a little bit too much. In Rihanna, they talk a little bit too much. Mark Golding is a force to reckon with. And the other 27 behind him. I am telling you, Jamaica, that they played chess yesterday. Can you imagine when Mark Golding walked out yesterday? Who would have been there to witness this sworn of these members? What kind of example you would have set for the first time MP them? This is a moment for Zulika Jess. It's a moment for Isat. It's a moment for Heather Miller and Perkis and Wave Hines and all of the first time MP them. What example would Mark Golding be setting by walking out? Why walk out on something when not gonna make no sense? It wouldn't make any sense to object Juliet Holness. They would have asked for a vote and are more than them than we. So it would have gone through whether we like it or not. So just save the people the embarrassment, no? In Janelle, just save the nation the embarrassment, no? What we are going to take up ourselves and walk out for? What I do know, what was embarrassing yesterday, yes, is to see the back of Everald Warmington. And this one did what happened to we yesterday. Can you imagine Mark Golding a walk out and then catch him in that manner, yeah? At this, can you imagine Mark Golding a go through the door like this when they don't pick apart Mark Golding and nail him to the cross? And this one did what happened to His Majesty opposition. Who must be mad, who must be crazy. Look pa Everald Warmington. Everald Warmington break every protocol yesterday. I hear them over and I talk about Mark Golding and state protocol. Which one of the state protocol Mark Golding break? The man not supposed to stand to attention to the likes of Andrew Holness. He's still uncertified and he's still being investigated for corruption. Nobody supposed to attention Andrew Holness. I hear NNN whole day who have hand in a pocket, who sit down hand them a play. Tell me the protocol Mark Golding broke. I do know that when you're sworn in, you swore upon the Bible. And who listened to Everald Warmington yesterday when he was reiterating the oath? Everald Warmington said, I, Clifford Everald Warmington, do solemnly swear on the behalf of the people of Southwest St. Catherine, not the people of Jamaica like what everybody did. Everald said he's swearing solely on the behalf of the people of Southwest St. Catherine. And after he signed that book, protocol dictates that you acknowledge the Speaker of the House, shake the hand of the Speaker. Everald Warmington did the worst yesterday. I don't hear them on Nationwide News Network talking about state protocol, but them sit down there. I want somebody call them. You know me tempted to call Nationwide and put them in a them place. Yes, I hear them yesterday and the day before. Every day them sit down for Mark Golding. Every single day. But yesterday, whole day, them a talk about state protocol and who have hand in a pocket and who sit down when national anthem a play. Jamaica, look at the embarrassment that this man has caused the Parliament yesterday. In addition, even the opposition set a level of respect yesterday, and vice versa. When me see the Labour right them sign the oath and shake the speaker hand, I see some of them make them way over upon the PNP side and shake the PNP them hand, and equally the PNP when them take the oath, them shake the speaker hand and they shake the JLP member. Everald Warmington took that oath, turn it in his own word, and signed that book. Did not shake the speaker hand, and him no look for Andrew, and him no look for none of his colleagues them, and he walked straight through that door. I see some hypocrites on Facebook talking about, oh, he probably went to the restroom. Who went to anybody when know how garden house set up knows that the restroom is at a different angle. The man walked right through the entrance door. And I get to understand that he was not a part of the congregation. You know, Labour right there up at top Duke Street and who the downtown and them walk together. I hear Everal was not a part of the congregation with them, you know. Everal came alone. Everal came alone, Jamaica. What a shame and disgrace. And when they asked, Everal, the media, say, how him come out so early? How are going with Everal? Everal says, stay tuned.
On. Paired.
Everal says, stay tuned. Jamaica people, remember, Warmington did tell Bruce Golding saying to be careful and watch himself because him and Portia are cousin, you know. Remember Everal Warmington while Bruce Golding was Prime Minister. Remember Everal Warmington tell Bruce Golding and the Labour Party to mind themselves because him and Portia are cousin. Look on the disgrace in the Parliament yesterday. A cousin. Look on the disgrace in the Parliament yesterday. Look on the disgrace in the Parliament. Look on the disgrace in the Parliament.